Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be starting up a new series on the channel. This is Slay the Spire 2, the early access build currently on Steam. So I played a lot of the first game. I mean, you know, over 100 hours easily, I would say. Wasn't an expert in it by any means, I will say, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it anyway. In fact, you know, I've kind of been chasing the same high from roguelike deck builders ever since, you could say. Most recently with Dawncaster. People familiar with the channel will know I've been having a good time with that. But we're going to be doing the same thing, I think, for at least a little while with Slay the Spire 2 in early access. I'm going to, probably have this as a bit of a Saturday series, certainly for the foreseeable future. You know, we're going to do a run, have a bit of a chill time with it, kind of explore the differences between the original version. I understand it's very... I mean, I've played a run. I did an initial run just to kind of test it out a little bit with the Clad, the first character you unlock. So it is quite reminiscent of the first game, but we're going to see, you know, kind of where the differences lie, perhaps. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to go into single player. I want to start as a new profile, though. I might have to... Yeah, let's do save profile 2 there. So this is completely from the beginning. Because when I undid the first run, there were unlocks. There was a little bit of sort of story progression stuff, kind of. Very minimal, but still. So I thought it'd be fun to do that together. So we're going to go from the very beginning, fresh profile. And the only character we have open to play at this time is the Ironclad. So this is kind of your soldier, warrior class. It's swords, it's shields, it's doing damage. I mean, I think, you know, each of these characters has different sort of build archetypes within them you can do, but, you know, it's probably going to be quite basic to begin with. But we're going to hopefully unlock other stuff. So to unlock the next one, which I think is the Silent, kind of the assassin type. And the Silent was always my preferred character in the first game. But we just need to play a single run to unlock them. The third character, we need to do a run with the Silent to unlock them. And the fourth character, play a single run with the preceding character, and so on. So that's cool. You don't have to win a run. You just have to do a run with the previous character to unlock the next one. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to try and do as much of that as possible. Let's see. So what else? Well, we can start with a relic called Burning Blood, which means at the end of each combat, we're going to heal 6 HP, which is quite nice. I'm not going to do the tutorial. Quite familiar with it. Like I said, anyone familiar with the first game will be right at home here, I expect. So, and for those who didn't play the first game, you know, I'm sure you've seen a roguelike deck builder at this point, particularly if you followed this channel for any length of time. And it's kind of the mechanics in those games that they're almost, you know, inspired to a degree by this one, I would say. You know, you've got this map of nodes, we've got battles, we've got sort of mystery events, we've got campfires where we can rest and upgrade, we've got a shop to buy stuff. We have, where are they? Like elite battles here, stronger enemies for greater rewards, all leading up to a boss at the end of this level. There's 3 levels in a run. I got beaten by the second level boss in my first run. It was partly my own fault and partly RNG doing me dirty, but either way, I'm kind of more familiar now with the mechanics of that, so hopefully we'll go further. Right, so to quickly explain, we've got our health. We have our money. As we get relics, they're going to line up here. We can have up to 3 potions. These are our cards. You can see the rest of our deck by clicking on here. At the moment, it's basic attacks, basic blocks, and a more expensive bash card. We're going to quickly explain stuff as we go, but not to any great detail, probably. Current energy. Cards cost energy to play, so we have 1 cost. This is 2 cost. We have as 3, but we can get more through various means, and hopefully we will. Anyway, in Slay the Spire, you can see enemy intentions. So this guy, he's going to, on his turn, attack us for 12 damage. So we're going to want to probably block that. So I'm going to place a block. I'm probably... Okay, so he's got 45 health. I'm probably going to hit him with this 2 cost attack, because it's going to apply 2 turns of vulnerable, which means for 2 turns, this turn and the next one, he will take 50% more damage from attacks. Obviously, we're kind of waste a turn of that here because I can't do anything else. But we will still have a turn of doing extra damage to him. So he did 7 damage to us through our block. He's going to hit for 6 now and block up. So I'm actually going to put 1 block up to cover that. And we'll use our other energies just to hit him twice, both times for 9 damage because of the vulnerable status there. 1 damage to us, that's fine. Now he's shielded, he's going to buff himself, so there's no need for us to defend this turn. And our attacks are going to be largely blocked, but, you know, we might as well. Now, energy isn't stored between turns, but there's really no point playing those, so let it go. Now, we want to be able to do 12 damage to him here, because he's going to hit us for 14 otherwise. Fortunately, we can do that. I've got a point left to do that. And he's gone, and we heal up to 6, so we only lost net 2 HP in that fight. Okay, so end of the battle, we get a choice of cards. Now, initial sort of experimentation suggests that you want a fairly slim deck of cards. And unlike Dawncaster, which, as I mentioned, I've also been playing, there are relatively few opportunities to sort of divest cards from your deck. I would say our upper limit in terms of deck size is going to be at most 20 cards, but hopefully less if we're able to get rid of some of these basic ones along the way. So we want to be fairly selective in terms of the cards that we do take. So this one, this setup strike, I took it in my tester, and it does a bit more damage than the basic attack. And you do gain strength, i.e. for each point of strength you do 1 more damage on attacks. But it's only for this turn. It's not persistent. Apply the 2 vulnerable. We've seen what vulnerable does, but then for 1 cost, that's fine. It's a little bit underwhelming. Versus for 2 cost, lose 2 HP, gain 16 block. It's a very expensive one, and you lose HP. I mean, I'm going to take setup strike of these because it's a slight improvement on our basic attacks, but not amazing. Anyway, now where are we going to want to go? We've got a bit of cash. Not a huge amount. So I'm wondering. There is actually a route where you don't have to fight an elite. You have to fight a lot of other enemies. The thing about the elite fights is, though, that you get relics from beating those. So we do probably want to do at least 1. I'm just considering this route up here. Because it takes us slightly longer to get to the shop, which means we'll have more to spend. Assuming we live. Hopefully we will. So I think I'm going to go here. Okay, we've got 3 enemies. These guys are going to gunk up our deck with slimy, useless cards. This guy's going to poke us for 4 damage. Well, we want to probably block the damage. So let's do that. There's a bit of a waste because I can actually kill him. So I think I'm going to do that. So I didn't need to do the block. Bit of a misplay, but hopefully won't cost us too badly. They're both hitting me this time. So I could get rid of the one that's doing 3 damage. It would mean I'm taking 11 damage, though. But well, not as much as that. If I hit him with this, then that. So he's now gone. I'm taking 11 damage, but we can block 5. So let's do that. He's hitting me again, so we're going to want to play that defense card. I'm going to put the bash on again, so he's vulnerable next turn. Yeah, and he's going to do his little gunk up attack, so we don't need to defend. So let's do the setup strike. So he's vulnerable, we're doing more damage, and that's probably a kill, right? Yeah. There we go. Okay. What have we got? Lose an HP. Deal 9 damage to all enemies. That's not too bad. As we've just seen in that fight, groups of lower health enemies are something we'll face. Inflame, for 1 cost, gain 2 strength. And this one, because it doesn't say for this turn, this will be a permanent one for the rest of the battle. Versus 0 cost. Deal 6 damage. Add a copy of this card to your discard pile. And I quite like this because it's for 0 cost for the same as our basic attack. But also we're kind of stacking, like as our deck gets shuffled, these will kind of stack up. So I kind of like that. I'm going to take that. Let's see. So we've got a few random events there. So I think I'm going to do the fight. I'm going to do a few combats till we get up to the shop, I think. Get as much cash as possible. Right, so we've got this anger now. So I think, what's he doing? He's going to debuff me. Actually, I know what he's going to do. It's quite funny. But we're going to attack with the strength. We can do all these attacks, can't we? So I'm going to do the anger for 8 damage. Another one. And another one. That was quite a nice initial hand there. And he shrinks you. And shrinking means that we deal 30% less damage now. So I can't kill him. Yeah, he's not vulnerable. So I'm actually going to be slightly more cautious on this one. I'll do one attack, but heal. Not heal, block. As you've noticed, block isn't persistent between turns. He's doing a big attack, but he's only got 5 health, so we can fairly easily get rid of him. Luckily, we grow again. Take the fire potion, deal 20 damage, 1 off. Yep, 10 gold, add a card. The Iron Wave, gain 5 block, deal 5 damage. Dismantle. Deal 8 damage if the enemy is vulnerable, hit twice. That could be quite good. We do have a way of making them vulnerable. For 2 cost, deal 17 damage, exhaust the top pile of your draw. Exhaust the top card of your draw pile. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to take Dismantle, I think. But yeah, we're going to try and be a little more selective. And at that campfire, I'm hoping to have enough health that I can just not have to use it to heal. You actually Actually, no, I think it's upgrade or heal, isn't it, at camps? The shop is the only way to remove cards, I think. Unless it's through a random event. So these guys. So for the first time in combat, you hit them. They're only going to take 1 damage. It's a bit annoying. So it's a little bit of a waste hitting them with that, isn't it? This one's doing the most damage. So why don't we just deal 1 damage to it? Then I'm going to bash it. And then we're going to kill him. And we're going to take some damage here. 6 damage. So a little bit aggressive on our part. But okay, wow. Okay, he's doing 10 damage now. Can I kill him? So we do that. So he'd have 15. Do that. And he'd have 8. And I think I could kill him. Yeah. So again, we're going to take another 6 damage, unfortunately, but we've got rid of 2 of them. We're going to heal some of that damage back anyway. Okay, so we probably can kill this one now. It's a bit weird. I'm hoping that the vulnerable does it anyway, and if it does, yeah. So this will hit twice. Cool. So back up to 72. Stomp. 3 cost. 12 damage to all enemies. Costs 1 less for each attack played this turn. Interesting. 8 block and draw a card. 5 block. Upgrade a card in hand. Now that upgrade in hand sounds good, but I had this last time. It's only for that combat. It doesn't persist between combats. Which is a shame. I quite like this one. I'm going to take it. Okay, so this guy... Or maybe it's not this guy. I thought he was one that gets stronger as he goes, but he's not actually. He's doing 8 damage, which is quite a lot. Now, I could do 2 attacks and then this, so we could do 24 damage to him, which sounds great, but I think I'm going to play a little bit slower. I'm going to take the block, and I'm going to bash. And we won't worry too much about making the best use of that. I'm going to try and save the fire potion till the boss fight, I think. So it is vulnerable. You'll notice that it has like a little golden border telling me that is, its special effect is active, which is quite nice. So we're going to do that. It's going to hit for 24, so obviously we're going to do that. He's hitting for 14, so I think the next play is to do a couple of blocks there. Okay, he's going to debuff us, so we can kind of do what we want here. I think it's better to do the vulnerable first, even though we're then going to get the strength bonus from that. Then we can do that. We should have this now. I mean, he's going to debuff us, obviously, but, we'll be alright. He's doing 21 now. But he's dead, so. Strength potion. Gain 2 strength. Okay, cool. So that's just going to be for that particular combat. Thunderclap. Deal 4 damage and 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Oh, that's quite good too. Ooh. Whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 3 block. I kind of like that. And it's free. Yeah, I'm going to take that. My deck's getting up there in size now, though. I'm slightly concerned about that. But we're going to head up here. I'd like to hit this shop after these 2 events. Oh, I did this in the previous one. Birdonis Nest. You spot an enormous, shambling beast chase off an injured green bird. In the alcove the bird fled from, a single unguarded egg lies abandoned. Your stomach gurgles. So we could heal off it, but we're going to take the egg. Add Birdonis egg to your deck. It's unplayable, but you can hatch it at a rest site, which we will be getting to just after the shop. So I'll be using that rest site to do that. Sapphire Seed. You narrowly avoid stepping on a bright, sharp seed? Question mark. Its unmistakable colour gives away that it's a sapphire seed. Weren't these incredible seeds supposed to be extinct? Legends say the consuming one can greatly amplify your endurance. What if you plant and nourish it instead? So we could heal 9 HP. That would actually take us back to full and upgrade a card, which is quite nice. Or the first time you play this... So we could put this effect on one of our cards. The first time you play this card, each combat gain an energy. I mean, that's obviously quite good. It's only the first time in each combat. I'm actually going to heal and upgrade the card, I think. Now, you get a little preview when you click on them to show what the upgraded one looks like. So this goes from dealing 16 damage to 20 damage. But actually, because it's vulnerable, it will be doing 50% more than that. So it'll be doing 30 damage, which is pretty good. It's probably what I'll do, but let's have a look at these other ones. So this does 15 to all enemies. Okay. Gain 5 block per attack. That makes it an 8 damage, 9 and 3 strength. Or bash. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do the dismantle. We can actually swing that vulnerability thing pretty often, and it's rather nice damage on that. You ingest the sapphire seed, and within moments your limbs feel more agile. Colours sharpen, and you sense the souls of nearby foes. Good thing you didn't step on it. Yeah, we got the shop now. We've got 179 gold. It's not a huge amount, but we'll hopefully be able to get something good. Yeah, I can't get any of the relics, which is a shame. Those particular relics, I'm not that fussed about, though, I must admit. What's Gold Axe? Deal damage equal to the number of cards played this combat. I mean, now it's not attack cards, it's literally any cards played in combat. I mean, you're probably playing 3 per turn. So after like 2 full turns, like in your 3rd turn and you got this, it would be the effect of playing a basic attack. So I don't know, actually. I mean, maybe there's an upgraded version where that looks a lot better, but I'm not actually sure about that. Now, powers are sort of... you play it and then it kind of stays in effect for the rest of combat. At the end of your turn, 1 random attack in your hand is played against a random enemy. It would mean potentially having to hang on to attacks, though. So innate means that it's going to start in our hand each time. 0 cost, and it deals 11 damage to all enemies. You can only do it once per battle, but that seems pretty good. I think I'm going to take that. And I'm going to go and remove a card, and I'm going to remove basic attack, I think. Just to bring that back down in size a little bit. Okay, so at the rest site, we are going to hatch our egg. Hooray! Now, we get a 0 cost card. It's a 0 cost 14 damage attack card, which is rather nice. Now, we've got a treasure chest and then an elite fight. What do we get? Gorget. Is it Gorget or Gorget? I don't really know. I imagine Gorget, probably. It's probably a French word, isn't it? At the start of each combat, you gain 4 plating. So that means, what it explains here, at the end of your turn, gain block. Plating is reduced by 1 at the start of your turn. So for the end of our first turn, we get 4 block. End of our second turn, we get 3 block, then 2 block, so on. But yeah, that was nice. I'll take that happily. Right, well, we've got an elite fight now, our first one. Ooh, it's Mummy Bird. Okay, so at the end of his turn, it's going to gain his strength. So basically, the trick here is that they just get stronger and stronger and eventually do a lot of damage to you. So, Now, annoyingly, I don't have a way of making them vulnerable, so I won't be able to do that, but I can play all these attacks. So I think we start off with the setup strike. Just thinking, do I want to use the strength potion? I think I'm going to save it for the boss battle. Sure. Dramatic entrance, why not? 16 damage off that, why not? No, I don't have any defense cards in my hand. I've got the 4 block that's going to come in, so we're going to take 12 damage on their attack. But we did a fair bit of damage to that. So. Now. Oh, yeah, I'll do the anger. I might get a free stomp here. There we go. Stomp is now free. It's going to do 12 damage. It's not going to kill this bird. But I do have a block at least. So we're going to block most of this incoming damage. Well, yeah, most of it. Okay, good to kill it now, though. Could have done with you sooner. But we're going to... What's it got? 8 health? Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. If there's a weakness in this deck so far, I would say I don't have any great block options beyond the basic ones. So I'll take the block potion at least. This Vajra. Start each combat with 1 strength. Sure. Right, am I going to add a card? I quite like the Pyre Power. 2 cost, so it lasts for combat, and you gain an extra energy at the start of each turn. So that I think is worth adding. We're kind of almost like a glass cannon build at this point, which is slightly alarming, but yeah, I don't really have a follow-up to that. Now I'm going to do this route because it gives us a couple of campfires, and I'm going to try and use those to upgrade cards, I think. So what else have we got? Well, the Bird Swoop does extra 4 damage, which is quite nice. The Pyre, you gain 2 extra energy at the start of each turn. Well, I think that's a must, I think. That just makes that such a good card. Okay, we've got a little group of enemies here. So we've got a debuff coming in, 11 damage, and 5 damage in a block. Okay, well if we do... Now, I think we probably want to do this first. Then we'll do setup strike, and I'm going to hit the one that's doing the most damage. Then we're going to dramatic entrance. And we actually get rid of that damage. So we're going to take, only 1 damage actually. So that was quite good. There we go, that's fine. Can we kill them both? Hopefully. So... I will take this one. It's free, and I'll gain some block. 15 damage. So let's kill you. And kill you. Not bad. As well as that could have gone, really. Battle Trance. Draw 3 cards. You cannot draw additional cards this turn now. Gain 7 block. Exhaust a random card. 3 damage. Apply a weak and a vulnerable. I quite like that because it's basically a better version of that bash card. I'm slightly aware of how big our deck is getting. Take that. I might even skip to that shop and do another card removal. Got 2 of these guys now, so I can't make them vulnerable, which is a shame. So I think we do that. I imagine that this is the one that's going to attack next time, so I'm actually going to hit that one. And I'll take the 2 blocks. Actually, I'll do it. It's kind of by the by, really, because I'm going to have enough block anyway. Okay. So I think we want to... Let's do that. Because it puts the weak on as well, so if I can't kill it, but there's no reason why I shouldn't, to be honest. Don't even finish that thought, it's pointless. But I should be able to get a couple of attacks on this, because I can then do that. The graphics and animation, they still are recognizably Slay the Spire, but it definitely feels like an updated version, almost like an HD remaster. I only need to do 8 damage, that's not over-egg the pudding there. Let's just kill him. And we're actually about to full health, which is kind of nice. Now, this is a energy potion. I'm actually going to not take it. I've got ways of getting energy. I think because I'm going to have, hopefully, 5 energy for at least some turns, I think I've got to take Whirlwind. So we're going to go to the shop, and I'm mainly going to use this to get rid of a card. Which is it goes up in cost by 25 each time. So, it's not something you can do continually, really. Just looking at the cards to buy. The Thrumming Hatchet seems quite nice. Deal 11 damage. At the start of your next turn, return it to hand. So you'd have this every single turn. That seems really good. But I really want to get rid of a card rather than take another one on. I'm going to remove another card. I'm going to remove another basic attack. As we know, I don't have a huge amount of block available. We'll do that. Let's go. We're full health, so I can actually use this to upgrade another card. This one goes to... yes, this doubles the effect of the weak and vulnerable, which I quite like on that. Whirlwind does 8 damage. Wow, that's pretty good. They're all good options. Which is the best option? Well, we know I've got that card that procs off enemies being vulnerable. So I think the more turns we can keep them vulnerable, I think is good. Right, well, we've got the boss now. This is... what's it called? Vantum. Interesting enemy, this one. So you need to hit him 9 times before you can do more than 1 damage to him in an attack. That's his main thing, really, but he's also going to grow stronger. He has like a weak attack, medium attack, and then a really strong attack, and he kind of cycles through the 3 of those things. Yeah, so, tell you what, I think we should take the strength potion now. I'm going to save that for his big attack, but let's chuck the... no, there's no point. I'll save the fire potion until we've got this 9th thing off him. It's a bit shame about having to burn this, but yeah, I don't really have an option. It would at least apply the vulnerable, but there wasn't any point doing it in a different order because they'd only be doing 1 damage to him anyway. We're blocking most of this damage, that's fine. I was doing 8 damage. I still don't have my extra AP, which is annoying. So, well, I'll tell you what, if I did this, it would knock another 3 of those off from the 1 card. It would use up all my energy, though, is the only thing. But I don't have a better way of doing it, really. Okay, big attack coming in. 27. Got my pyre now. I think we drink the block potion. We take the extra an attack. That's not an attack, so let's do that. We'll do this. He's not vulnerable anymore, so that's not going to be great. But either way, it's only going to do 1 damage, so... But we should be able to really start wailing on him quite soon, so... See, I've got my 3 birds. Have I got a better way of doing this? Actually, I do. So let's do that. Do that. And we'll hit him with a 17 damage. And we're going to hit him with a 20 damage as well. Oh, I forgot the 4th step is where he puts more strength on. That makes sense. I think it's got to be the whirlwind, doesn't it? I mean, that's 40 damage coming into him. Shame he wasn't vulnerable, but... Okay, we can actually do all these attacks. The question is, should I block? I mean, yeah, I probably should, right? So let's do that. I'll do that. That's going to put 4 turns worth of vulnerable on him, which is nice. Then I'm going to do a defense. So we'll be blocking a small amount of that damage at least. Getting on for half health. Now, he's quite vulnerable, so I think we might be able to kill him. Let's put that on first. Then we're going to have strength. And then we're going to be doing 44 damage to him. Yeah, that's okay. There he goes. Blip. Good. Okay. Oh, I quite like demon form. So at the start of every turn, we gain 2 strength. That's pretty cool. Transform all attacks in your hand into giant rock. It's good for the basic attacks, obviously, but I'm not sure if that's good for all our attacks. Deal 4 damage twice to exhaust a random attack on your hand and add its damage to this card. Now, it's obviously expensive. I am going to take demon form, though, I think. I like that one. Right. Proceed into floor 2, act 2. Oh, this is new. Okay. Tezcatara. So this is at the beginning of the second and third acts, I think. You kind of meet like a friendly entity at the beginning. It gives you like a little boon. This isn't the one I had before, though.
Oh, a visitor. Do come in, dear. What can Tezcatara do for you?
So we can have a very hot cocoa. Start each combat with an additional 4 energy. Wow. But that's only for the first turn. Toasty Mittens. At the start of your turn, exhaust the top card of your draw pile and gain a strength. I'm not sure I like the exhaust aspect of that. Golden Compass. Replace the Act 2 map with a single special path. I don't know what that means. I'm going to take Very Hot Cocoa. I mean, you know, we've got some expensive cards. I mean, if I find a way to get that demon form like in my starting hand each turn, that's, you know, that's paid for that and then some. So what do we got? Well, I don't have a huge amount of money, so hitting an early shop probably isn't ideal. If I got these paths, there actually isn't a shop at all, which I think excludes those. This one misses a bonfire. That one misses an elite. Oh, who have we got? Oh, okay, yeah, it's still the Insatiable. That's the one that killed me before, but I think I've got a better idea how to beat it now. Or rather, how not to die instantly to it. But I'd rather avoid elites, perhaps, going to... Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Which path are we going to take? Thing is, if you do one of these, there's actually 2 elites on both paths. Which could be tricky. In any case, I think we start here. There's something out there he doesn't like. Okay, so this is a good example of where this is going to work quite well for us. But I think we start off with the setup strike. Now, I can do 1, 2... Yeah, so we can get a free stomp, which is rather nice. So I'm just wondering if I attack the big one, we'll just get rid of the little one. I think going on the big one is doing a lot of damage, and I don't have a defense card here. So let's do Dramatic Entrance, and we're going to hit him. This is going to do 15, so it's... Ooh, well, actually, we can kill that one. Probably should. There we go. We're actually not going to take any damage because of our plating, so... Okay, well, I mean, this is fairly simple, isn't it? So let's not beat around the bush. Let's beat a bug around the head with a sword. Cool. Ah, now what we got? Distilled Chaos. Play the top 3... I guess it's a potion. Play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. Could be useful. Hang on, let me just see what's up with my dog. My wife had put some boxes at the top of the stairs and he wasn't able to get down. He wasn't very happy about it, but it's okay now. I think this is an example where we're not going to pick a card. We've kind of already said no to this one. I mean, getting more vulnerable in would be good, but I think we've got ways of doing that. Bludgeon's nice, but it's high cost, and I really want to limit the number of cards coming in now. And bloodletting, again, good, but probably not hugely necessary. So let's move on. I mean, this is kind of what I was weighing up before. We've got more fights this way. I mean, I think either going to be 150 or 125 to remove a card. Either way, though, I won't be able to hit up. Well, I don't have to hit up both shops, I suppose. But if I go this route, I miss a bonfire. If I go this route, I can hit 2 bonfires and hopefully upgrade cards both times. I think we do that. Okay, so this guy, he's going to try and escape after 5 turns. So he's going to steal a card from me and then try to escape. So we want to prevent that from happening. Now, this is an example where Whirlwind is going to be quite nice. I'm weighing up. I think it's worth putting the vulnerable on first. It's going to use up 2 uses of Whirlwind, but I think our 5 mana will still be really effective here. It's going to do 5 9s is 45 damage. That's pretty good, you know. Plus we've got that dramatic entrance as well, so... yeah, he's going to hit me for 17, well, 13, which isn't ideal, obviously, but... not ideal, obviously, but, you know, we're going to be able to kill him immediately, so... there we go. And we healed 6 of that anyway back, so... we will take our stolen card back. He stole my upgraded uppercut, that little bugger. Let's take the 19 gold. Do we add it? Oh, it's an upgraded Twin Strike. I quite like Twin Strike. That's 14 damage. No, I'm gonna be firm and say I really want to trim the deck back at this point. So we're gonna hit the shop up again. Yeah, 125 there. So Ultimate Strike, 14 damage for 1 cost. I mean, it's nice, but it's actually not as good as my free bird card. Perfected Strike. Deal 6 damage. Deal 2 additional damage for all your cards containing Strike. I mean, it's probably quite good. But for 2 costs, it's not exactly cheap. I'm wondering about something like Shrug It Off, but it does kind of feel like we're leaning into a glass cannon build at the moment. I'm going to remove the card. I'm going to get rid of another basic attack. So we're down to 18 now in the deck, which feels a bit better. And I'm not going to buy a card. Right, another fight. Ooh, little bugs. Now, this kind of very small group of, well, large group of lower health enemies is kind of good for us. Reduce all damage taken and HP lost by exoskeleton to 9. So I think that's saying I can only do 9 damage to them in a single hit. Is that right? In any case, I'm going to... ooh, is it worth doing demon form, though? Okay, which is the high hit? I guess we'll do that. Yeah, so he took... It's actually not really hitting us for much damage now. Nevertheless, I could kill him. And I think we do that. This one's got a bit of a problem, isn't he? I think we're going to need to defend. Might as well do the demon form. The only one that really makes sense to attack is him, but... I'm actually... although it's not going to hit... because he's doing 0 times 3 damage, isn't he? So I'm actually going to hit that one. Hopefully we'll get... if we can get rid of some of these. With all these block cards, fine. I mean, might as well. Okay, so I can do 9 damage. Probably do it to him, right? 18 damage coming in. We're going to have 6 block as it stands. I mean, I might as well. So we're actually blocking the best part of that damage. He's the only one who's hitting us, and we can actually kill him, so... I mean, I think it's got to be this, because it's going to basically kill everything, isn't it? Then I've got that to finish up afterwards. Set up strike. No. I think I'll just do that. There we go. Three damage to a random enemy 4 times. So a total of 12 damage on the card. Underwhelming, I would say. So we're going to skip those. Now, we're not full health, but we're not far off it. So we're going to upgrade another card. And I think it's got to be Whirlwind. I mean... But, well, what does this do? This... Yeah, that's pretty good, but... I like the idea of doing 8 damage per hit. Yeah, if we get this on the first turn, when we've got like 7 action points, 7 8 is what, 56? So that's pretty, it's not bad. To all enemies, that is as well. So I think that is a must. Quite like that little scenario to happen so I can kind of see how it plays out. What we got here, it's going to summon. Okay, interesting. Overcopter. Well, we start with that. It's not, I mean, it's not doing any damage to us, so it's kind of pointless, I guess. But we're going to have more mana every turn now as a result of that. The only reason I'm holding off not playing this is that I'm not sure if the exhaust happens anyway. Like, I think I'll save it, because obviously we're going to have mobs to deal with, so I think we'll just save that, perhaps. I think it gets reshuffled in. Hopefully it does. Hello? Ah, yeah, they're going to hatch, it looks like. He's hitting for 16. Or she, I guess, hitting for 16. I haven't got any vulnerable, but I can get it. So let's start with that. I think we should play the block. I think this is an example of Whirlwind, right? I can't see any particular argument for not playing that immediately. And bird swooping him. Nice. Whenever a card is exhausted, draw a card. Well, I'm not exhausting that many cards. It's not a block build, so this would be pointless. This one's okay. But I've kind of got an artifact that does that anyway. So I'm gonna... Thing is, this is another way of getting a good amount of block in. Like, to stack with that. So I think I will get that one. I've removed a couple of cards, so I'm feeling slightly better about that. We definitely want to hit up another rest site. Hopefully another card upgrade. These guys. Okay, so this one, there's no point debuffing them because they block the first couple of attempts to that. It's going to give me a bunch of shitty cards in hand as well. Well, I think we play that. I'm going to do the dramatic entrance at least. I guess I should take demon form. Going to block. We're going to do the dramatic entrance. And yeah, we'll hit the higher. There we go. Okay. There's an example where mind you, 33 damage. It's not enough to kill anything. Whereas if... I can't get that for free. Best I could do is... I'm going to play it slightly more cautiously then. I'm going to take the extra plating. There. No point playing the whirlwind. Okay, but I have to get rid of one of these. At least no one's vulnerable. And there's no point trying to put vulnerable on either, because they'll just block it. So let's see if we can just kill him. Yep. No point defending. We're going to start drawing those crappy cards now, aren't we? Okay. Slightly regret this card. I don't think I've ever pulled one of its copies. I should have played the bash first. Oh well, it's dead, so, you know. Mission accomplished, I suppose. Oh, a vulnerable potion. That's very nice, actually. Okay. I think we've seen all these before, so we're going to skip. Oh, 300 gold. Very nice. I don't think I've got another shop now, is the only thing, until on the rest of this floor, but, you know, hopefully that will help me at some point. Right, let's smith a card. Let's upgrade. What does this do? 6 plating. It's not bad. I might take it. I might take it because it's, you know, it's not just 6 extra block, is it? It's all the extra stuff on top of, you know, 6 plus 5, and then plus the 4. But yeah, so I'll take that. It's basically one of my few forms of defense currently, so I'll take it. Okay, I haven't seen this guy. This it's going to summon the Obscura. Okay. Well, we'll take Demon Form. Take the Rage. We're going to start with a bash. We're going to hit it a couple of times. Let's see. Ooh, hello. It's an illusion. When this dies, it revives next turn at full HP. Minions abandon combat. Okay, so we need to concentrate on the big dude, basically, still. I think I'm... This is gonna hurt, isn't it? Tempted to do the play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. What have I got there? Yeah, actually, you know what? I am gonna play that. Okay, so I've actually got a decent amount of block now. Okay, we're going to do the angle. Got 3. I think I'm going to pyre and defend. Okay, got the whirlwind. That's pretty good, actually. I think that's a kill, isn't it? Yeah. Headbutt. Deal 9 damage. Pull a card from a discard pile on top of your draw pile. Ashen Strike. Deals 6 damage. Deals 3 additional damage for each card in your exhaust. But yeah, I'm not really going to exhaust decks, so I'm going to leave those. Oh, another fight. We've been a bit unlucky with these mystery ones. And I remember this one. So basically, this big one wakes up when it takes damage 3 times. Or 3 turns have passed. So maybe don't necessarily want to start with that dramatic entrance. Or the stomp. Maybe I should just do it. I think we're going to play both hands. That'll be 2 times he's taken damage. I think I have to play the cards. I'll avoid doing area damage now, though, if I can. There's a lot of damage coming in. Shame about the demon form, but we got rid of that and we've covered this damage. Is this going to wake up now? Couldn't do anything about that. It's what happens after that many turns. I think we bird swoop. Defend. We've got 16. We're going to have 9 damage coming in. I think the weak and vulnerable. And some more of that plating. So at least we've got some defense. Well, that's a lot of defense. So I'll play the attack we've got, and then we'll do a couple of defenses. It's a big hit. Can we kill him? He's not vulnerable. Can we make him vulnerable? Well, I've got quite a lot of damage in the hands, so... Should have done the setup strike first, but it's fine. Okay. Add a copy of the third attack you play each turn into your hand. Yeah. The 5 block and 5 damage seems okay. I just, I don't want to keep adding cards at the end of the day. Now, do we do Elite Enemy Bonfire or this way? Well, assuming this isn't a fight, I think limit it to 1 more combat before the boss. Stone of All Time. A massive boulder sits in the middle of an abandoned courtyard. A plaque reads, Stone of All Time. Its presence, shape, and adornments indicate that this courtyard was built around this stone, and that it has never moved from this spot. Drink and lift. Lose vulnerable potion. Gain 10 max HP, though. It's pretty good. Or lose 6 HP. Enchant and attack with Vigorous 8. The first time this card is played, it deals 8 additional damage. Now, it doesn't say the first time this is played in combat. It just says the first time it's played, which makes me concerned that that would literally be a one-time thing. I'm going to gain the 10 max HP, I think. Which also raises our current HP by 10. So that's fine. I would have liked to have kept that potion, but, Now, really what I should do is fight the elite and then go into the boss. But I think I'm going to be a chicken at this point and just do the normal combat. I'd like to get past the boss if I can. What does this do? Curl up. Gains 14 block upon first being hit. Okay. And I assume that applies each turn. So basically we kind of want to do one big initial hit, don't we? Okay, so how we do it? Let's take the pyre. I'll probably do the uppercut. Like we can get, I mean, I've got the mana for it. I mean, I might as well just keep wailing on him. Yeah, I think that worked all right. Frail thing, I'm not thrilled about. Well, he's blocking and buffing. Okay, so let's just do. Let's get some of that in. Him. I don't need to defend, so I'll just do the stop. It's going to hit quite hard. He's not vulnerable. We could make him vulnerable, but it might just be better to... That's not going to kill him, but I think we can do it with a bird sweep as well. so that should be okay. There we go. Weak potion. Sure, I'll take that. Add a card. Ooh, legendary. Whenever you draw a card containing strike, it is played against a random enemy. Okay. Like, how many cards would that apply to? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 of my cards. It doesn't... Yeah. I think if you had a lot of basic attacks still, that would be fine. For 1 cost, Hemokinesis Plus. Lose 2 HP, but deal 19 damage. That is quite nice. This upgrade all cards in your hand. Which I actually don't hate. And, you know, assuming we survive, it means I can get rid of one of the basic block cards as well. Kind of think of it as replacing that, because it's doing the same block. Alright. So we're up to 20 cards in the deck. That's kind of an investment in being able to remove something, I think. I'm not going to heal. We're going to upgrade another card. Let's think. I mean, that's not bad. I think Demon Form... It's only an extra 1 strength per turn. And this is free, and it's an extra 4 damage on it. Sure, why not? Okay, the boss that killed me the first time I did this. So his thing... He's going to do a few minor attacks on us to begin with, but then he's going to start pulling us closer and closer, and if you reach the point of being right up in his face, he instantly kills you. However, I've got Demon Form to begin with, that's always nice. We're going to put the Vulnerable on. We're going to Dramatic Entrance. And I guess I'll Whirlwind a couple of those hits. There we go. What you do get, though, is some of these cards, which you have to play to kind of like get away from him. So, what else have I got here? Weak Dex for extra block. I'm actually going to use both of these. Let's weaken him. And I will take the extra block. Now, the RNG killed me before because I just ran out. I just didn't really pull enough of these to get away from him. I turned them down a couple of times early on. I think I let it roll. There are 6 in our deck now, so I think we're just... We'll let this one go by, I think, still. I guess it's a bit of a risk. But we do still need to kill this guy. I guess... 10... We might as well try and get as much damage as we can. Once I get that Pyre card, we'll have a bit more mana to play with. I think we played that. He is no longer vulnerable, which is annoying. I think I have to play this. I've got 2 left. Sure. I think I take the block. There's the Pyre. So that we do that, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to play the plating. Big bird sweep. Okay, so I think we need to play the frantic escape. Attack we can do, and then I guess make sure that we defend his hit. See, they go up in cost as well. I think we... I think we do that. I think we do that. He's not vulnerable, so that's a shame. So I think we do that. And then we take 3 hits with this. So I can actually do all of this, can't I? Let's make him vulnerable. Let's swoop with the Boyd. Then we're gonna frantic escape, and stomp. He's got 2 health. He's gonna hit us pretty hard. We're gonna kill him. Nice. Doing pretty well for gold, I'll tell you that. Now we get like a legendary card here. Juggernaut. Whenever you gain block, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. Dark Embrace. I think we've seen that one before. I'm not really exhausting that many cards. Feed. Deal 10 damage. If it's fatal, raise your max HP by 3. Exhaust. I'll take that. I'll take that. I mean, there's going to be occasions where that does actually happen, I suppose. So. Glory! Now, I haven't done this act before. At the end of the act, you'll fight the Queen, whoever that is. But let's see who we find here.
I haven't had a visitor in millennia. You're looking quite drab. Here, let's find something delightful for you to wear.
Raise your max HP by 31. Holy crap. Nonu Pepe. On pickup, gain 1,000 gold. Whenever you play 2 or fewer cards in a turn, take half damage from enemies. Jesus, this is... these are big. I mean, I'm inclined to take the max HP by 31. I mean, I've got a lot of gold. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to turn down an extra 31 max HP, isn't it? So, cool. All right, let's have a little look at this. I'd like to hit a shop up fairly early. We got one here. And we can kind of make sure that we visit 2 before the boss. So I kind of like that. I think we'll do that. Devoted Sculptor. He's going to buff himself. Not sure what his trick is yet, but we're going to take the pyre. I'm quite liking this. Getting a lot of this very hot cocoa that gives us these extra 4 on the first turn. It kind of we got some expensive cards, and if you do pull at least one of them, like the pyre and the demon form, it really helps. I mean, I guess I'll do that. He's not attacking is the only thing, but I'll take the extra plating, and we'll do that. There's not much point playing that. At the end of his turn, it's going to gain 9 strength. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So, he's going to hit us, but we're going to block 9 of it anyway. So I think what we're going to do is apply that and do the demon form. In fact, we're covering all of that now because we weakened him. Okay, he is vulnerable. So this is going to do... Oh my god. 5 times 16 is 50 plus 5, 6... Is that 80 damage? It's hard to turn that kind of damage down, isn't it? I think you have to. Still got quite a lot of health. Hitting for 30 now. Can we do 56 damage to him? Well, I think we play this and upgrade those remaining cards, right? Play the anchor. What is this? He's not vulnerable anymore, sadly. We can still do that much damage to him. And then a free stomp, I guess. Oh, he's dead. There we go. I didn't do the maths on that, but it seemed to have worked out, so... Cool. What cards are we offered? Oh, I think we've seen those. Really want to lose something from the deck ASAP. Crystal Sphere.
I predicted you'd enter.
A raspy voice calls out as you enter a mystic hut.
Your destiny has brought you here. You must uncover your future and fortune so you can save us all. Okay, here are the options for the Crystal Sphere reading. Be sure to sign this waiver as well,
she says while bringing out pen and parchment. Let's see. Pay 52 gold. Divine 3 times. Not sure what that means. Gain a debt. Ooh. Unplayable. At the end of your turn, if this is in hand, lose 10 gold. Oh, I'm not thrilled about that. Divine 3 times, I guess. I'll pay that gold. Okay. How to divine. Reveal your future by revealing the tiles. Select small Oh, I see. Okay, select small divination on big divination and reveal the tiles within the crystal sphere. Once an item is revealed, you'll receive it at the end of the session. But beware, revealing some items may be dangerous. Huh. Well, let's do a big divination, I suppose. Maybe start off kind of centrally? Okay, nothing there. Right, I guess we'll try another one maybe here. Oh, my aura is gleaming. About... Taunt, 8 block, 2 vulnerable. I quite like that, actually. Second wind, exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. No, I'm not doing exhausts. Gain 11 block and another if you've exhausted a card this turn. Well, I kind of like the ways of applying vulnerable, so I am going to take that. Got way too many cards, so we're going to be able to get rid of one. And we're going to get rid of a basic block at this point, I think. I wish you could do it more than once in a shop, you know. I mean, obviously the money would go up, but it'd be nice to be able to do more than one. Now, I can actually buy one of these. At the start of boss combats, upgrade 3 random cards in your draw pile for the rest of combat, or increase max HP by 7. I'm kind of comfortable with where our HP is at the moment. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, gain 6 block. It's only really going to be happening like every 2 or 3 turns, isn't it? Tops, so I'm not that worried about that. Power. At the start of your turn, play the top card of your draw pile. I don't hate it. I'm slightly worried about the mana cost, though. Like, I guess that's just neutral, but I'm wondering... Because this is obviously, like, the red mana that the Ironclad uses, but I'm just wondering if that is playable. I assume it is. Maybe it's just a neutral card that any of the classes can pick up. I'm okay for those, I think, but potion-wise, draw 3... Gain energy. You know what? It may not be the worst idea to have one of those in hand. These I'm not that fussed about. For the cost, because I'd like to hit up another shop and make sure I can remove a card. So I'll leave that. Hello. Living Shield Turret Operator. This guy. At the start of the player's turn, Turret Operator gains 25 block. This dude, I think he's just going to shoot us. Oh, no, he's protecting this guy. I get it. So we kind of want to take him down first, probably. I'm guessing this is the one who's going to be doing the damage, right? Well, yeah, so let's apply the vulnerable to him. And I think... Yeah. Okay. What do we got? 2... Yeah. Okay, so... And this guy's going to be... just a basic attack will get rid of him right now. So... Let's do that. Then I think we get some vulnerable going here. I think we do that and the free one. We're going to take some damage. Well, yeah, we're going to take some damage. Well, I think we weakened him, didn't we? So not as much as I thought we were going to. Now this one, I think this is an example where we can actually make this work. So, because he's vulnerable, it's going to do 16. He's got 29. I do this. Okay, because the extra strength is now going to make that lethal. So we should be able to go up to 124 max HP. Ding! There we go. I think I'm okay. These guys, yeah, these guys kind of protect themselves from being debuffed, which is a bit... What's their deal? I'm not going to use that because I don't want it to be exhausted. This one. I guess I should have done the bash first, but it's going to negate the vulnerable anyway. do the defend. Actually, I didn't. Yeah, I kind of forgot they actually weren't doing anything. Okay. I mean, this one is almost. Well, you do get the 5 block. I was going to say it's basically pointless, because, and it kind of is. I do want to do the plating though, so that's going to give us 9. Let's apply the vulnerable to him now. Well, might as well play that one, I suppose. We're going to cover a lot of this damage. Okay, well, we do have the whirlwind, which will kill him. Won't kill them. 22 damage. We're going to cover 8 of it. It is what it is. First things first, we can actually kill that. So. That's a shame it's not vulnerable. I mean, because there's only one left, I'm not going to worry about the pyre too much. But let's just get that played. Yeah, 16. So we're gonna take 6 damage. But let's see. Should be able to kill. The Thunderclap one probably would be good, but I've just got other ways of applying the vulnerables, so with only sort of one remaining opportunity to get rid of cards, I'm trying not to take them wherever I can. It's hitting fairly hard. I think you do that. You know, apply the vulnerable like that. We might as well do that. Now we're going to be doing 6 die. That's a lot of damage. Doing the maths on it, it's just quite a lot of damage. Cool, okay, well, we're actually blocking all his damage. Oh, he's summoned, doesn't he? What's this? At the start of Zapbot's turn, it gains 2 strength. Okay, so we still need to work on the big guy, then they'll just flee. That's fine. Okay, weak and vulnerable, I think. 23, probably not. We're taking a lot of damage here. Yeah. I might have to use that final rest site as healing. Oh, he's got another one. Okay. But I think we can kill him now, right? So they should just... Spite. I thought it said sprite. Deal 9 damage. If you lost HP this turn, draw a card. 3. It's tempting, but no. Okay, so what do we want to do? I think up here, avoid a bit of combat. There's actually 2 rest sites. I'm definitely going to have to use one of them to heal. What's this? Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. Okay, well, I've got a few of those. That's not too bad. It's not overwhelmingly brilliant, but it's all right. Okay, let's use this one to rest. Okay, almost back to full. When there aren't that many more cards in my deck, I really need upgrading, to be fair. This or that. Arms suddenly jut out from a nearby hole, clutching a suspicious bag of riches and a clearly cursed relic. This or that. A scratched up voice.
This or that.
A scratched up voice whispers from below. Clearly cursed relic. Clumsy. It's not max HP, is it? But I just don't really want the clumsy. Do I want a cursed relic? Thing about the clumsy is it does only appear once and then it gets exhausted, so relic might be good though. You grab the cursed relic. What is it? Potion belt. Upon pickup, gain 2 potion slots. Alright. As soon as you grasp it, shackles materialize on your wrists. You hear a ghostly laughter and a bright plume of fire fills your vision. The hold and arms are gone. Alright, well. I may be able to get some nice potions at the shop, so that's not the end of the world. Ranwid the Elder. You're approached by the oldest person you've ever seen.
We meet once more. It's me, Ranwid.
You do not know this man. I mean, I think I can afford to give 100 gold at this point, yeah? I don't really want to give him my Gorget because I feel I kind of lean quite heavily on that 4 plating. So I'm going to spend 100 and get a random relic. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills, and it just happened. I mean, I think it said specifically skills, so that, yeah, I don't have that many skills. I mean, they could have done this one, I guess. That one already was upgraded, so yeah, I guess it was limited what it could upgrade. Even so, it did both 2 of my blocks. Alright, shop time. Note to the cards. What have we got here? Start each combat with 3 thorns. I don't mind that. Feels a bit minor at this point, though. At the start of your second turn, gain 14 block. Random. When you have no potions, you have 2 additional dexterity. Well, I have got potions, but then I am probably going to use them. It feels kind of contrary to my have some potions built, though. I'm going to remove a card, and we're going to remove the non-upgraded block there. 20 damage could be good. Fish oil. Gain a strength and dexterity. That's pretty good. And another. I've already got an energy potion. I mean, can I buy all of them? I think I'll get this one. Okay. So that's 100. Yeah, I'm about 10, 12 gold short. I've got an energy potion though, so I'm going to grab the fire potion, I think, and call it a day. Right, we've got a mob combat. Arrest site, and then the boss. Who have we got here? Owl Magistrate. He's just hitting quite hard. My clumsy's already turned up, which is always lovely. Okay. This isn't ideal, but I'm going to do that for the strength. I'm going to grab the pyre because it's just really good. Do a free attack with the strength, and I'm going to do whirlwind just for 44 points of damage there. There we go. Gonna take a bit of damage myself. Okay, but we got extra AP, so that's good. Let's get some block. Enemy's not vulnerable. I can't make it vulnerable either. So we're going to grab the demon form. Should defend. We can actually do both these. We'll do that, and then I guess we'll just hit this with that. Nothing, so we don't need to worry about defense at least. I probably will try and grab that armor plate though. It's vulnerable. Anger. Strike. Plating. And stomp. Okay, what does that do for you? 50% less damage until it lands. That's a bit annoying. He's hitting pretty hard, so let's just gain the block that I can gain. Make him more vulnerable. And weak, I suppose. Try and lower that damage a little bit. We're actually covering the damage, so that's pretty good. Potential for getting more max HP here, I'd say. So let's work through this. Start with the swoop. That's 37 damage. Now we're 21. How are we doing? 25, yeah. There we go. Extra max. So we got +6 max HP out of that card. That's not too bad, you know. I'm not going to take any of these. That's okay. Fire. Final battle. Yeah, we're just going to rest. Make sure we're going with max HP, I think. Seems a pretty good bet. So we're facing the Queen. Not done this before. No idea what to expect. This looks concerning. Okay, what's she doing first of all? She is going to apply afflictions on your cards. He's hitting pretty hard, but we need to concentrate on the boss, I think. So, let's see. Getting the extra plating. So we'll do the vulnerable first. Probably should have gained that first, but I mean, we might as well drink it. Might as well chop 20 damage on her as well while she's vulnerable. No, I don't think it actually changes things, does it? I'll save that for when I get a card that needs vulnerable in my hand. I obviously don't need the AP on this turn. Damage covered. Ooh, what's that? The first 3 cards drawn each turn are afflicted with bound. Only 1 bound card can be played each turn. Ugh. That sucks. Let's gain the strength for this turn. I go with uppercut, I think, to increase the vulnerable. I don't know. Okay. We're extremely weakened and vulnerable now. What is it? What is this one? Oh, less block. Yeah. Well, it's going to hit twice for what it's worth, anyway. Yeah, so this amalgam is clearly the damage dealer of the pair. She's kind of buffing and debuffing, isn't she? She's down to almost half health, though, already, so... Of course, it doesn't bind clumsy. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to take Pyre. We need the extra AP. I guess we'll go with Anger. There's not much point giving myself the extra AP at this point. Ugh. Maybe I should have put the weak on him, but I kind of just want to get going on the damage on her. She's sticking that 20 defense on each time now. Oof. Oh my god, I think... Is that killing us? Not good. Demon form on. That's a bit... It's got a bit dicey. think I'm dead. You really hamstrung us with that. I think that's about as good as I can do. Ah, well. I mean, essentially this is our first run. So we got to the final boss, who basically just debuffed me to oblivion. I'm not unhappy with that, to be perfectly honest. I think that was okay. That was okay. We'll get into epochs in just a second, but we climbed 48 floors, just one elite killed. Yeah, I was a bit of a chicken when it came to the elites. Good amount of gold. We've discovered 62 new cards. We've uncovered 5 new relics, 32 new enemies discovered, and 4 new epochs. Let's unlock those. So, how epochs works. It's kind of, well, let the game explain it to us. In the timeline, reveal epochs to unlock cards, relics, and much more. Chapter 5, Niao, the reopening. Mother of Resurrection, Niao, awakened from her slumber. Rise, champion. Again. Again. Niao will now greet you at the start of each run. So Niao gives you mostly boons. Like you can get a relic, you can get extra health or gold or something, but that should benefit us at the beginning of a run now. So that's going to be good. We've also got fog rolls in. The Silent is now available. News of the Spire's reopening made its way to the Silent. She ferries a boat to the capital. I like the Silent. She's kind of like a assassin, poison, stealth, dodge type character. I in the first game, like I said, she was kind of my favourite character to play. So next run we'll probably do as the Silent there. Okay. Let's go back to the very first one. Chapter 1, Prion, Magnum Opus, a void of nothingness. But then the world came into existence. It churned about and moulded itself to that which tells stories. Along this journey lay a planet named Prion, a mere speck in this universe. They say that a great story about a spire took place there. So we've unlocked some cards. We've unlocked Automation. Neutral card. Every 10 cards you draw gain energy. Just whichever energy character you're playing, I suppose. Entropy. At the start of your turn, transform one card in your hand. Now, transformed cards become a random card of any rarity. Catastrophe. Play 2 random cards from your draw pile. Okay. We've unlocked some future cards that can appear. Let's see. We've got Devastation, the Ironclad. This placeholder art is kind of funny. The Ironclad's strength surges. The flames of the demonic pact course through his blood. Cuts and bruises heal rapidly. The Valley Guard are cleaved in two. The Desert Tribe are burned to a crisp. Windwalkers smashed into the ground, and even a familiar horde of aggressive bronze-clad warriors are set ablaze with these exciting new flames. All of the Ironclad's enemies are shown no mercy. All of the Ironclads. Ironclad? Where is everyone? New relics unlocked. We have unlocked Red Skull. While your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. The Paper Frog. Enemies with Vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50. I mean, I personally think if we'd had that in this run, we might have beaten that end boss. We were kind of built around applying Vulnerable and then having cards that benefited from it. Ruined Helmet. The first time you gain strength each combat, double the amount gained. Again, that would have been really good to have. Chapter 3, the Ironclad. The Ironclad, a warrior from a faraway land, entered the Spire. Driven by pure instinct and accursed blood, he has lost all reason and identity. All who prevent his ascent shall perish. New cards. These are just for the Ironclad. Molten Fist. Deal 10 damage. Double the enemy's vulnerable. Ooh, that would have been another nice one. Cruelty. Vulnerable enemies take an additional 25% damage. That kind of applies the same effect as the paper... Was it the Paper Frog? So again, that would have been lovely to have. And Dominate. Gain 1 strength for each vulnerable... I can already see how having these cards in that run would have been so beneficial. But there we go. that was the first run of this Slay the Spire 2 series on my channel. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit the like button, that'd be awesome. Leave a comment as well. Let me know what you think about this game. If you played the first game, how do you think it compares? Personally, I think I think it's kind of like the Slay the Spire greatest hits. You know, it's kind of a lot of the best aspects, maybe none of the little niggles people might have had with it. There's more playable characters to unlock. Graphics are better. Yeah, feels very smooth to play. I'm enjoying it. But let me know your thoughts anyway. And if you've not played it before, how did you enjoy it? Is it something you've enjoyed watching on the channel? Is it something you'd maybe play for yourself? Let me know. And thanks as always to our channel members as well for supporting Boring Dad Gaming. It continues to be hugely, hugely appreciated. And if anyone else is interested in checking out memberships and gaining earlier access to my videos, that'd be awesome as well. But thanks very much. And I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.